Hello, this is G-Wiz here. So today we're going to be removing this alternator here. This is your alternator. And basically, in order to remove the alternator, we need to remove the drive belt here. But the thing is with the Camry is we don't have the tensioner on this side. Like with some cars, they have it right here. Right next to the drive belt mechanisms. But instead, our tension bar... our tensioner is right here actually, and you can see it just pulls this thing up and down, and as you loosen it, it will loosen this belt as well. And then once that's loose, you're simply just going to remove the bolts. As you can see, I already removed one bolt here and moved this bolt. And really, it's just that straightforward. It's pretty simple to remove the alternator. Really, with the Camry, anyone can do it. It's just really, really simple, and it's just a matter of knowing your surroundings and not letting people try to take advantage of you. Fortunately, we have that happen all the time, and there's a giant mental game when it comes to like working with cars, because it's just how it is. And so I'm just here letting you know, look, the alternator is a very common problem that happens with your car. All you got to do, loosen the bolts, it comes right out. As for the battery here, I have a brand new battery for this car. It's my mom's car, but she's going to be giving it to me after she gets another car herself. So I'm going to be helping her with that. Just going to be removing these pieces off here. See where the nuts are. It's really that simple. And we're going to be attaching it to this instead. So stay tuned, and I'll show you these brand new parts. I'll let you look at the nice shiny tag there. I'll leave that on for all of you to see. And look how dirty this one is. It's all corroded. Okay, so once these bolts are loose, you see the tensioner here. This is all loose here. It's pretty much like super loose. This is also super loose. You can literally just, if you want to tense, look, it pulls right up, and then you just tighten this bolt in, and then it puts it in place. Look, I'm pushing it down, and now the pulley, look at that, boom, I just took it off. Look, just like that, this comes right off. It's that simple, guys. There's 3 bolts. You take the bolts off, the pulley comes right out. It's really that simple. And then if you want to remove it, just take the bolt completely out here, and boom. Then you just take these cables out, maybe some pliers. I might use some pliers, I don't know. And then you're good to go. To remove the plastic bit here for the top, simply twist left. And it will expose the nut that is here. For your other alternator, you'll see it's a very similar bit, and it's just going to be controlling the I'm not too sure if that's the negative or the positive, to be honest, but needs to be hooked up. That's the point. So it looks like we got that nut off using a 10 millimeter. You're going to be using 10, 11, 12, and 13 millimeter and 14 millimeter sockets in order to complete these jobs. Not too crazy. You're also going to need a Phillips screwdriver when you go to tackle this piece of plastic here. You stick this inside and basically just pry it out by lifting this. Okay, wait, let me show you first. So I have this screwdriver in here. You're going to be lifting this tab up, and you're going to be prying this thing out with this flathead. So give me a moment, and I'll just do this. I can't hold this in 2 hands, unfortunately, but I basically showed you what you're supposed to do. Just take the flathead, jam it in, pry this thing out, and then basically you're going to be prying it out. You stick it in all the way where it's nice and deep, and then boom. That's all there is to it. So as you can see here, I'm going to do it again. This time I'm just going to do a little bit simpler of a motion. So I stick it in as deep as I can. I'm going to put it back in just to show you. So just take this, stick it in as deep as you can, and lift up a little bit, get in a little deeper, and boom, that's all there is to it, and it comes right off. There you go. And then finally there's this thing. Honestly, when you take this piece off and you remove the plastic here and you see the wires that are here, you're going to see a little tab here. So it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and it says to push it in order to remove it. There's nothing at the bottom that does anything else, so okay, now maybe that's what you're supposed to do, but it's really stuck in there. That's basically all you gotta do is pull that out, and this thing is free to remove. There's the bolts here. You can see this thing, you don't have to worry about it. It's not connected to anything at all. This bar is completely separate from your alternator, so that's the last step. Okay, so the easiest way to get this thing off here is when you remove this piece of plastic here, you're gonna see there's a little edge there. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a flathead and you're just gonna apply it to that, and you're gonna push up, and then it'll come right out. Using your fingers, I had a lot of trouble with my fingers. Do not use your fingers, you might damage it. If you use pliers, you will damage it if you use pliers. And you just need to remove that pin on the top and it comes right out. Real simple, real easy to do. And we're just gonna lift this out now, pretty much. So wires out of the way. There we go. Looks like we got something right here. I'm guessing we'll push this. Okay. I have no idea what we're doing. So it looks like we have the bolts out, and it should just slide right out. And I got this thing pushed up here, and then for the bottom here, it doesn't look like we got anything holding this thing back, so should be pretty straightforward on getting this thing out, but we definitely lifted it. So from here, I want to say we just keep lifting it and it comes right out. Is there anything that we're going to damage by doing that? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Nope, there we go. And we got it. Whew, finally. Now let's get this other sucker in there. This is the old one. Good job. That thing is worth $66, by the way, and you can recycle it. It has a lot of copper in it. Just saying.